Chicago Sky, we already know about this, right? They are signing Rakia Jackson. They are said to be signing Skylar Diggins. Okay, so let's think about it. You can build on that. You absolutely can build on that. Now, I don't like the coach, okay? And I don't like the upper management. But with Skylar at your one, okay, then you have Will holding down, anchoring your center. You have Camilla, who's anchoring your power forward. And then you have Rakia Jackson, who's your small forward. So now they just got to figure out what they're going to do with a shooter. And that's what they struggled with last year. They couldn't get nobody to make buckets. Nobody could hit the jump shot, right? Even when Angel was doing her darndest to get people open and free them up. Well, if I'm doing all this work and you just going to miss the shot, then I might as well keep the ball. I'm finna Kobe, y'all. I'm not passing it no more. That's what it is. Okay? Don't argue with me. Make the shot. You start making the shots, I'll continue to pass. So they have to. Now, Skylar Diggins is one of those where we know she can get off on you on offensively, right? And when she turned that dog on, it's dark. It get dark. But she's a pass first, defensive first point guard, right? She's a get everybody else involved point guard. However, we might see a different level of offensive attack with Skylar Diggins on this team because she got a little bit more room to work and she ain't got nothing to lose, right? Playing for Chicago really mean you can pad your stats, baby. You can go ahead and pad them because even if Chicago loses and have another losing season, they okay with that. The organization is over there, or they are okay with losing. So if you are Rakia Jackson, and most people saying, I don't like that Rakia is going to Chicago. I can't believe they did her like that. She was going to thrive in LA. No, she wasn't. She wasn't going to thrive in LA because the comparison was always going to be the media competition was always subconsciously is going to be placing her against Brink, and Brink is always going to have that edge over Rakia Jackson in LA. I'm sorry, it is what it is. That's from a media standpoint. Now, from a baller standpoint, we know what Rakia doing. 3-level score, and when she cooking, you can't stop her. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how Chicago continues to piece together their starting five, and we just gotta go from there. I mean, it can go any way, as we know. So let's go and look and see what else is going on, and then we're gonna get into the draft because again, all these moves play into the draft order, and what these teams may select. So let's talk about it. We're gonna start with 5 first because 5 right now, Chicago is probably, I think, one of the most interesting picks right now because of the acquisition of Skylar Diggins, the acquisition of Rakia Jackson, and the lockdown of Elizabeth Williams at their center. And we already know they got Camilla. So in your mind, welcome back to Her Core, Her Rules. Shout out to you, peace and freedom, Ms. D. In your mind, if you're looking at those 4 players in Chicago, Skylar Diggins, okay, Camilla, Rakia Jackson. If you're looking at these 4 people in Chicago, obviously you're thinking in your mind, they need a shooting guard. I need somebody to round out my 5. Now, they probably not saying, okay, Haley Van Lith is about to be our starting shooting guard. Probably not. I need a shooting guard. If I were them, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's obvious to me. If I am Chicago, based on what they have on the court right now, just the top 4 players on a team right now, Skylar Diggins at your 1. They don't have a 2 yet. They have a 3 in Rakia Jackson. Okay. They have a 4, a bona fide 4 in Camilla Cardoso, and they got a bona fide lockdown 5 in Elizabeth Williams. They need a shooting guard, right? I'm going to give Flau'Jae all day long. First and foremost, talk about selling tickets. Skylar, Flau'Jae, Rakia, talk about grit. Let's just talk about the grit right now. Let's just talk about the intensity in your 3 between your point guard and your small forward. Skylar, Flau'Jae, and Rakia. Defense lockdown, period. Defensive lockdown, period. Then you got Camilla, and then you got Elizabeth Williams. Let's talk about Flau'Jae. So we know Flau'Jae. We know what she is. She's 5'10" senior. She's about to go ahead and get about a LSU. Player bio. She is a high motor, two-way wing who brings energy, toughness, and winning intangibles every night. Flau'Jae does things on the court that may or may not pop up in the stat line. But when you need a bucket, normally she can get it, right? When you need an energy play, when you need a dive, she's jumping. We saw her in a tournament, diving for balls, jumping over the dang on commentators on the sideline, all energy all the time. We love that from her. Now you add that energy and you put that energy on Chicago and you match that energy next to Skylar Diggins. And then you triple that energy and you put her next to in between Skylar and Rakia Jackson. You better stop playing with me. She impacts the game beyond scoring, defense, transition, hustle plays. She is everywhere and does everything. We know that. This year, stats probably weren't as best as or as good as she wanted to be, but still solid. 14.2 points, 4 rebounds, about 2.5 assists. She shot 46.5% from the field. Fair. That's pretty all right. All right. She struggled from the free throw line. We know that 69% from the free throw line. That has to improve. But defensively, she's solid. She can pick your pocket. She's a good rebounder for her size. I mean, she really does it all. She really does it all. Again, I predict her to go fifth to Chicago. I think it's a perfect fit. She's gritty. She has a defensive identity, and she's a wing who can contribute immediately without needing offense to be ran around her. In Chicago, you already have 2 offensive points in Rakia and Camilla. Both of them that can create their own shot. Both of them have high advanced offensive abilities for their position. They are skilled positions at that small forward and that power forward. And then you supplement that by adding a scorer in the shooting guard and your de facto point guard in Skylar Diggins, who can score, when she wants to, but she's going to do her best at getting everybody else involved, on top of getting that center involved and Elizabeth Williams, who's also a great scorer. So, you don't have to build the offense around her. You can easily slide her into that team, into that core. She can start right now. So, and then on top of that, you can continue to build around her, continue to develop her game, continue to develop her jump shot. We saw her training with Lethal Shooter, right? We saw her talking about she gets it now. Oh, she understands it now. So we're going to continue to see her evolve offensively.